With another. And Anunoby drives down and throws it down. And the foul.
I'm not gonna lie. I wish more players would do this. You get a wide open three, a wide open lane to the rim. I wish more players would just choose violence in this situation like OG did. So no hate to Joel Embiid, but we have to talk about his fourth quarters in this Knicks series. Like, I know he's going through stuff. He's dealing with injury issues. He's dealing with migraines, dealing with all kinds of stuff. But we have to talk about this. I just want to say Embiid was awesome in the beginning of game 6. I mean, it was typical dramatic Embiid stuff. He came out of the game for a little bit. He went to the locker room, came back in, but he was killing the Knicks. They could not guard him individually one-on-one. Hartenstein was having issues. Everybody that they put on Embiid was having issues, and it looked like we were going to have the Embiid game. And from a final stat line standpoint, things look really good. But the fourth quarter stuff for Embiid throughout the entirety of the series, and especially in games 5 and 6, was just an absolute disaster. Now, to give credit to Embiid, once the Knicks realized that he was just not going to be able to be guarded one-on-one, they did start to throw some other stuff at him. He made some good passes. They were able to get a lot of open threes. But even with the caveat of all the stuff that Joel Embiid has going on, he's one of the main reasons that they almost lost game 5 and that they lost game 6. And it's so weird, too, because, like, we're used to seeing Joel Embiid fish for contact, but, like, some of these plays, I feel like you can really see just how much the injury is impacting him. Like, the best part about this play is you can see that Jalen Brunson's like, how did I end up with the basketball? Like, Embiid is so strong and so physical that he's just expecting Mitchell Robinson to get run over on his way to the rim like he has at some points in the series, and then it's just Jalen Brunson's just like, oh, hey, here's the basketball. We out. More stuff from game 5 here, which honestly was even worse than game 6 was. I personally am big on how guys miss jumpers, and Embiid missing a jumper this badly, again, it's just a sign of a guy that's not healthy. Like, it's one thing to miss an open mid-range jump shot that Embiid hits all the time, and it's another to basically break the backboard in the rim. Okay, you knew we were going to get to this at some point in the video. Just look at the screen grab. I swear half the clips we're going to look at today are Embiid offensive fouls. I promise you. Also, is this Quinn Snyder up here? Why does that look like Quinn Snyder? It's not, but that's what it looks like. Like, I think you could probably guess that this isn't called an offensive foul, but just the screen grab itself is too funny. And these are the kinds of things that we saw from him in the fourth quarters of both games 5 and 6. It's not necessarily that he's like afraid of the basketball. It's just his confidence level is extremely low in the fourth. I don't know if he's tired, injury stuff, combination of the two, but like, he just elbows Mitchell Robinson, and apparently that's fine. We're just gonna keep on playing. Some of the stuff is just too good. Like, at points in the series, Embiid has just been running over Mitchell Robinson on his way to the rim, and now we're hesitating. We don't know where to go. We're just throwing the ball out of bounds. Like, Tyrese Maxey actually getting mad at Joel Embiid here is shocking. Like, he doesn't really get upset with his teammates that much, and that just shows you how bad of a play this was from Embiid, just throwing the ball out of bounds. There's 7.5 minutes left in a pivotal playoff game, and this is one of his like 5 turnovers in the fourth quarter. And again, we're hesitating. We don't know where to go with the ball. We're not confident. We have our matchup against Mitchell Robinson. Don't attack it. Here comes a slow double. I don't know what to do with this ball. Look at this in slow motion. Look at this pass attempt, bro. Look at this. Look at the way this ball comes off his hand. I know Mitchell Robinson deflects it. Mitchell Robinson's a good defender. Look at the way this ball comes off of his hands. Boop. Like, and by the way, even if he puts full velocity on this, even if Mitchell Robinson doesn't tip this, I guess he's going to Maxey. It's probably a Miles McBride dunk, even if this pass doesn't get deflected. There's just, oh my gosh, there's something about all these Embiid plays, man. Like, boop, oh, we out. It's like, it's Miles McBride regardless, but like, it probably was him no matter what. Okay. I love Miles McBride, dude. Another one for the Embiid offensive foul highlight reel. What, on what planet is this a legal offensive play? He's backing down Mitchell Robinson. That's fine. That's fine. On what planet is that a legal offensive play? I just realized that my hair has been messed up the entire time. This is all still fourth quarter game 5. By the way, we haven't even gotten to game 6 yet. And Mitchell Robinson's about to be put in the hospital. Like, oh my gosh. All right, last play from game 5 here. I'm not even going to say anything. I just want you guys to think what I'm going to say about this play. Here we go. So, Mitchell Robinson gets a steal. This is the OG dunk. This is the moment in which I thought the Knicks won the series in game 5. The OG transition dunk. 2 things here. One, I understand that every big man that plays in the post a lot does this little crab dribble. If we're gonna talk about how everybody in the league carries now, all these guards in the league carry now, we gotta talk about this one too. Watch these bounces. What? This is not in slow motion. This is full speed. Look at how slow these bounces are. 1, 2, 3. Mitchell Robinson's like, bump this, I'm out. And honestly, I'm surprised they didn't call foul, because a lot of times if you reach like this, even if you get the ball, they call this foul. But And then OG gets the finish. OG was awesome in this series, by the way. I thought about making today's video about OG, but I was like, Embiid's probably better content. All right, now we get to game 6, right? Like this is the fourth quarter of game 6 where the Sixers actually lose the series. And these plays aren't as egregious as some of the ones in game 5, but some of them are still pretty bad. And I'm gonna go and warn you, Embiid gets the foul call on this one, but this is just another example of like not being confident. I mean, he's a wide open jumper. It's kind of like the end of game 5 where we had a wide open jumper right over here. He just looks right at it. It's like, I don't want to shoot this. Tries to get to the rim. He gets the foul call. I understand that this is a blocking foul on OG Anunoby, but at a certain point, you have to just be like, dude, can we just put the ball on the rim? Why do we have to run into someone before we shoot the ball every single time? Or maybe he's trying to pass it to Batum. I'm not sure, but like these are the kinds of things that make people just exhausted watching Joel Embiid. There are so many plays here that he could make that don't involve running into 2 different guys, yet he makes the one play that involves running into 2 different guys. He does not get the foul call on this one, and we've got the extender right here on the baseline. We've got Scott Foster ready to extend the series. The Sixers are down 5, 4.5 minutes to go. I am shocked Scott Foster didn't call this a foul. We've got our little, slide step, drag step to the rim for Embiid. Hartenstein plays it really well. It might have been a goaltend, if I'm honest. But again, like there are plays here that Embiid can make. Embiid was killing Hartenstein in the first half. There are plays he can make that don't involve ending up on the ground. And for whatever reason, he just always, if there are choices to be made, Embiid always makes the one that involves him ending up on the ground looking at the official. I just realized I said in the beginning, this is no hate to Embiid, but it's starting to sound pretty hateful. This is probably my favorite Joel Embiid shot attempt from the entire series. Like this looks like a normal Embiid post-up situation, right? He's got Hartenstein. He's got OG coming over to help. Kelly Oubre on the baseline. We got Buddy Hield, who has been hitting shots all game long on the other side of the floor. Look at this attempt at the rim. And then he again, maybe he got fouled. I don't know. I'm not on the baseline. But this shot attempt, like OG probably fouls him on the way up right there. OG probably fouls him right there. And that's why Embiid throws the ball up and then immediately looks at the ref. But like, if you don't slow it down and see this contact from OG on the arm, this shot attempt is so funny. It's similar to the deflection Mitchell Robinson earlier. Back him down. Oh, I got a shot. And he almost makes it, to be fair, but like, oh my gosh. And of course, running back down the floor, OG just gets stepped on. There goes his shoe. Complete coincidence. It honestly probably was a coincidence, but because it's Embiid, people are going to point it out. And then to finish it off, we got 1:17 left in what happens to be the end of the Sixers season. Embiid fouls out a couple possessions later. We got Tobias Harris over here playing his last game as a Philadelphia 76er. And Embiid's got Hartenstein on the post. They double off Josh Hart, makes the correct pass. And then we got Tobias Harris doing Tobias Harris things. Like ultimately, obviously, a lot of these clips are funny. Embiid didn't play particularly well in a lot of parts of this game, but like, also, anytime Embiid came out of the game, the Sixers got absolutely destroyed. So, like, I'm not necessarily, like, blaming Embiid for the loss or anything like that, but, like, a lot of these fourth quarters, it really honestly tough to watch, even for a guy that just isn't healthy.